Okay, I want to say hello again everybody, it's me Wushu Richard with another video here. Welcome everybody, okay, nearly forgot to say it, welcome, okay. You're always welcome, and I thank you for coming to watch my videos anytime I share, because I share from my heart. I speak freely, I speak very different on camera, and I was thinking about this, recently. I speak very differently on camera to when I'm like face to face with people. Like sometimes, it depends who though. That's not true for every case, but there are lots of times where I go around, and when I'm like speaking to people face to face on a daily basis, I come across so many fake people, who are just so ignorant and so shallow. We call them Azimuth, right? These people that are so shallow, and so full of themselves and full of ego. And these kind of people, they just will not hear anything you say. They just love themselves, and hear themselves talking. So I usually keep quiet, and I usually try to avoid shallow people anyway. But it's like, I love the internet because it gives a chance for me at least to speak my words. So before anybody thinks I'm a dickhead without listening to me, you can hear straight away. And then after you've listened to me for an amount of time, bear it however long you can, then you can decide, honestly more, if what I'm saying is useless and I'm an idiot, But I don't go around putting people down. Okay, I respect all people, and I love to communicate, and I respect everyone for having a different way of thinking. Okay, because we're all different at the end of the day, but we're all the same, and it's just blindness, this weak way of that people carry on in life when they just want to belittle, or they naturally see weakness in people. You know what I do? If I see someone who's really weak, seeming very weak in themselves, be it a negative person, like a bully type person, or be it weak, the other kind, because they're both the same, both weakness, don't forget, the weak where someone is like very quiet, very nervous and very timid, and they're not sure of themselves, those kind of people that have no self-confidence or no direction in life. Do you know how I feel about them? I try to fucking help them. That's what I fucking try. And excuse my language. I'm not like you. I'm not like some people out there who just crap on people. I don't do that. I show them. Sometimes I bring myself down to a level like with them to show that we're the same, or that I make mistakes too. And sometimes I get them to the point. I don't care even if it makes me look like a fool, even if it makes them feel a bit like they're more powerful than me, even more confident than me, and make it look for that moment. As long as I bring someone else out of the state of uncomfortableness, I'm just trying to bring people into a positive state of mind in themselves, and letting them see, the lights from different directions. We're all human. At the end of the day, that's what I basically do. Okay, but too many people, excuse my language, and I know I express myself strongly, but I'm just so sick of cowards, okay, because I see it every day in my face. And when I say that, I mean the bully type. I pity all negativity. I pity it all. It's all weakness, and everyone needs some communication. Everyone needs someone to listen to them and try and give support in some way. Not kick someone around. But it's like some of these people, the people that just honestly just choose laziness and choose to be negative in the world. What can you do? Anyway, though, I feel really happy, right, that I can share my thoughts just pure and honestly through a video. And people don't like it, they can go and do whatever they want. I'm not to put it politely, you know what I mean? But basically, this is the real me. Talking on camera. And thank you for the people that have, heard me and given me your time to, communicate. That's what I will say. One thing, because it shows you as well, that you learn more about yourself that way. You learn more by being humble. You learn more, and you become a better listener, and you become a more powerful, smart individual in life. That's what I believe. You do that. So I want to say thank you for the people that have been humble and listened to me, in my videos and that. And because if I was to have met you face to face, without you knowing me, without you seeing me on video, especially when I go around acting so quiet and so shy and timid and nervous, because I usually put that show on for people, because I haven't got any fucking time to be trying to get into arguments with people, because I don't waste my point. I put on a show. I'm like an actor, you know. I don't go around in my daily life get into arguments with people. You might call that cowardice, but I don't live with the belief that I have to like prove myself to anyone. You know what I mean? I do not. I absolutely do not. I don't. Darkness, you know. I don't have to prove to people that are going around like they got the devil in them. Basically, you know. I don't need that. No, fuck that. You know what I mean? So, honestly, pure humbleness, you know, communication and some level of connection that between people. That's what's made society. Basically, you might not see that amongst the fakeness, but it's like ultimately that's what makes anything work. I believe. Okay. In this video, well, I was gonna mention something. Okay, I was going to bring up a topic and start talking about a certain topic, but I'm not going to bring up that topic in this video. Plus, I've got more topic videos to make too. But what I will do is I'll say one thing. Okay, the other day, I made a video the other day. Okay. Which was not putting myself first, you know. The other video I made yesterday was a video talking about this stuff that's gone on in France, but there's a lot of like, you know, terror in terms of every essence of the word. I mean, there's a lot of foolish stuff going on in the world and acts of violence, and a lot of us are like to blame. I believe all human beings in societies that vote for what kind of whoever's running the country or this or that. It's just one thing to the next. And I deleted the video I made yesterday because it was like in tribute, you know, as to France, and to say that I'm sending my heart out to the people of France, which I am, you know, of what's happened recently. But all I'm saying is to cut a long story short, to get it to the point, is it's complicated, yeah, but it's not complicated, because you've got good and evil. When you've got so many like hospitals and things going around, and people, you know, signing off new forms of mental illness that they're finding, and all this, you know, and putting people in different mental asylums and giving people pills, and so and so's son's got ADHD, with, you know, aggressive whatever disorder, attention deficit disorder. You know what I mean? Though it's like they're coming up with this disorder, that disorder, blah blah blah, but when you get other kinds of beliefs into the equation, and things like religions and stuff, you know, you don't question that. You know, it's like, you know, do you think violence is right? That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, regardless of if a God is going to send you to hell or not if you don't follow him, because I'm not very religious at all, as you know, but I'm saying for any religion, to say any God, if the God himself was to say to humanity, you know, if he was real and that, and he was to say, you know, believe in me, are you going to go to hell? Well, that would seem very, very, very unforgiving to me. It would seem very full of. I'm not to judge, you know, as a small human being here, and I'll get whatever I'm deserving due, you know what I mean, from God, you know. At the end, but I'm just trying to say, it's like there's people out there that believe that, and it's like, if God was to say to you, you know, okay, well, you believe in me, you follow me, and do this, do that, otherwise you're going to go to hell. Can you imagine that? You know, it's like, how far would you punish your kids then for not following you? And this, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, if I was a god, which I'm not, by the way, if I was a god, you know, I wouldn't want to like create people, create life, and then let it, you know, follow me and all this, you know, like in such ways, you know, or I'll send them to hell, you know. It's like I don't have any ego, you know. As a teacher, I don't have ego when it comes to, you know, wanting my students respect. I have hundreds of students I'm teaching here, as I say. The same as every teacher does want respect. Every parent does want respect from whoever's below, and even the bosses too. But what I'm trying to say is there must be a level of respect between all peoples. And we must recognise the exact positions of what's what. So students should follow a teacher, not to kiss ass because he's like God, or he's like, I'm saying such, but it's like, you understand, the teacher's the one helping everybody, they're doing it, right? And you've got to help yourself. And a teacher should respect his students, right? There's no real higher or lower. It's like the husband, the wife, the parents, the kids, you know, the president, the people in the country, you know what I mean? Whatever you want to say, however, the rich people with power and the poor people, it all fits into place. We're all connected, really. Everyone's got their place in this world, and when you take away certain people, you've got problems. You know what I mean? It's like, what I'm trying to say is, regardless of if it's a god or what, telling people to do this or that, I don't think violence is okay, because, to cut a long story short, you've got negativity and positivity. And you might turn around, you might be very, very deep and scientific and moral and say, well, where do you get your morals from? You might ask me, okay, then, what do you define as negative and positive? Other words for good and evil. What do you define? How do you define all that? Meaning of that to you? To me, I can say, but what I really mean is you got creation and destruction, right? So creation is real creation and destruction is real destruction. You know what I mean? So I don't know what to say. It's whoever's word against whoever's word when it comes to beliefs, which are just ways of thinking. As I've said before, you might believe there's a God and there might be one, or you might believe there's aliens and there might be one, or you might believe it and there might not be one, for example. Right? But it's like, it doesn't matter what you think and what is. You might say, well, it does matter, but at the end of the day, who does it matter to more? You're saying it matters to God himself? It must matter if he wants to punish you. You know what I mean? It's like, can you be like a parent or a teacher? Even a parent, that's very hard. To be a parent, or someone's older brother even, let's say, for example. Someone in your family, can you imagine? Let's say the parent and the child. If you were a parent, which you are, and if you had a baby and your child was to not recognise you as their parent, or they just left home and they just went away, terrible thing. And I'm just saying, for example, yeah, and it was real, like, amnesia or something, something like that, or whatever. You must have a different situation. But I'm saying, let's say they did reject that, or let's say somebody in the royal family or something was to reject, the Queen, or so for example, it could be anyone, anyone in any group or organisation. It's kind of a very tough thing what I've just said there, being a parent and a child. A very good example would be, let's say, a teacher and students. Then this is a very, very good example, because I'm a teacher as my job, but for an example, let me give you an example. If you're a teacher and you've got students and you've been teaching your students for a long time, you've been passing on stuff from your heart, and then your students just go away and they forget you and they don't call back, they don't regard you as their teacher, they don't recognise you as that, they just go off in the world and throw away everything you taught them or take it with them, but they never show you and they never as such pray to you like a god, let's say. They never give you that call up on the phone or talk about you to others like, oh, that's my teacher, remember your name. No, they just come and go. How do you feel? You probably feel terrible, right? I know what that feeling is like. You feel, you do all you can and you don't get anything in return. It's like that monk story. Was it that ancient story with Bodhidharma? Was it Bodhidharma for the Shaolin? The monk from India, Bodhidharma, when he was like walking across and the desert or wherever it was, and suddenly or wherever he was, and someone come up to him, a monk or someone like that. I can't remember the whole story. And Bodhidharma, as it said, what will he get in return? I can't remember if it was Bodhidharma or if it was somebody else. But anyway, it was like a story about two monks as such, And someone said, "What will you get in return for all of your kindness and everything?" And he said, "Nothing." And he said, "Well, what do you mean nothing? Nothing in the physical sense. If you're asking that question, what will I get in return? Then you're always going to get nothing. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not looking for it. It's like it comes to you. It's like everything is nothing, nothing is everything. That philosophy that I always say, yin and yang, yin yang, as I say. But and so it's basically, it's like, you know what I mean? Though it's like you do it for people because you wanna. These are your students because you see them as your students. You want to help them. You want to teach them knowledge in the world and help them. It's like it's a duty to this world. You don't give to the world and say, "What's it going to give back to me?" Because believe you and me, the beauty is there. It's like, it's like you take care of parts of your body to take care of the whole body, do you? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like you don't get money or something, or it comes naturally from what you do, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we're talking about morals and stuff, basically, you know what I mean? But it's like, what is. But it's like, anyway, back to the main point. You got destruction and creativity, right? Creation. So, to me, destruction of life seems totally wrong, okay? Killing people. And this cup of tea is lovely. But yeah, it's just it's appalling, it's pathetic what's going on in the world now. So the other day I made a video anyway, I was talking about this stuff, what's been going on, and I believe, and I don't want to say this, but I believe it's going to get totally worse. There'll be civil wars and whatever. It's really, really scary. In fact, I'll go on to Yahoo on my computer here now and just have a look on the news, what they've got on there, you know. There'll probably be some videos and stuff, but this France thing, I'm sure they'll be talking about that now for months and years, talking about it, you know, of course, but it's not that. It's like things are going to escalate. I'm sure there's going to be more. I would guess there's going to be more. It shows that, you know, and people are talking about, oh, you know, the tactics and all this, and it's getting more and more intense. Yeah, of course, it will be probably. You can't just be talking about things all the time. You've got to think about what you're doing, and people letting whatever go on in their own country and come to their own country. It's just a bit pathetic. Who do you blame for the destruction of human beings? Who do you blame when it comes to humans and their own destruction, their own demise? It's like the Matrix, the story. The Animatrix, doesn't it say? It's like, if you allow this stuff to happen, you know, like you put guns in someone's hand, yeah, what do you expect? You know what I mean? You're a little monkey in your kitchen, what do you think's going to happen, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, you know, so all the death and that, I think, you know, a lot of people just, you know, what's going on, well, you've got humanity's to blame, you know, for the violence it inflicts upon itself, you know what I mean? Hold on one second. So yeah, the first the first story, I'm not laughing, I'm saying the first story here on Yahoo now, it says here, investigation underway as Paris reels from attacks. Investigation underway, yeah? Okay, I see. So you know what I mean, yeah? Can you understand it? Yeah. Hold on one second. Yeah. It says, it's unbelievable, you know. It says here, I'm not surprised by anything. I expect more. I don't want to say that. It's just ridiculous. You know, what are we supposed to do about it, you know? It says here, you know, it says investigation underway as Paris reels from attacks. The coordinated gun and suicide bombing attacks killed 129 people and injured 352. Wow, that's a big. But the thing is, right, it doesn't matter if it's 2,000 people or if it's one person, we're all people, right? And each one of those does matter too. It's all different, but we're all people, you know. And what I'm trying to say is investigation underway. Yeah, things need to be investigated. It's not as easy as that, but it is as easy as good versus evil. Wake up, realise the problem, you know. You know, it is what it is. You know, that's all I can say. You know, it's like, what is there to know? You got your violence coming from what kind of ideology? Countries need to step up and say, what as the majority, or what, you know, from their country. I don't give a fuck, excuse my language, what the majority is even, because they might think that sounds very ignorant, but to me, you know, it's like, let's say, you know, well, I don't know what to say. All I can say basically is that the country, though, yeah, fair enough, the majority, but it's like, by the nationality, the nation itself should be able to speak and set its own laws for what it wants and what it is and what isn't. You should not. You don't let somebody in your house someone come to your house and dictate everything about your house, how you organise your house, do you, your home. You know what I mean? It's sort of, why would you? And then otherwise they're going to smash a window in the other room or damage your TV or something. You know what I mean? And then an investigation's underway. Here you've got a fucking monkey in your house. That's what's going on. You know what I'm trying to say? You could think about it that way, okay? I'm just saying for certain situations where you've got this kind of stuff going on, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, it's as simple as, you know, anyone going to anyone's country should respect their rules and laws. Fair enough. We're all humans though, so we should all respect each other. And if you are following any kind of God as a belief or anything like that, religious, then how can anyone feel pain is right and, you know, evil is right and harming others and murder is right? That's my question. I mean, how can anyone, even if God was to tell you that, and you say, well, because he's God and this and that, yeah, he's going to send you to hell. But you don't have to be a coward and say, oh, I'm afraid, because you're afraid, and that's it. You know what I mean? Destruction's destruction. Whether it's God destroying you for what you're, fair enough, you don't have to answer to. He doesn't have to answer to you for that. He creates you, can destroy you. Fair enough. But it's like, you know what I mean? Though it's like, how can anybody be so blind or just so fearful and just so blinded and go around killing each other? It's just unbelievable. To treat lives as though there's nothing meaningful. You can do so much in this life. You can make it a beautiful, wonderful experience. Like, it doesn't. They treat life as though it's worth nothing. The same way as most people out there in the world are doing. Not me. I'm saying like you who thinks about money. Not you personally. I'm saying the people out there, maybe you, who thinks about money, and you want you want a new car, you want this and that, and you live in this fucking bubblegum, chew you up and spit you out because you follow that crap every day. I could go on in detail, and then you might be not saying you necessarily personally. I'm just saying, for example, you know what I mean? Anyone out there, Mr. Bloody Joe, whatever his name is, you know, someone out there who's. It's people all over the place have got no common sense. Self sense, not common. What's common sense? You following people like lemmings? Birds of a feather flock together. It shows how weak certain people are. You know? But it's like some people are afraid because they have to join certain. They can't run away from certain groups and things like that because otherwise they're afraid for their lives. You know, I mean, it's just unbelievable. So you've got good and evil, that's what you've got. You've got creation and destruction. So if one person stands there and takes punches to the face for too long, eventually he's going to get knocked the fuck out, okay? That's what you expect to get if you don't stand up and fight and use your power and use your ability. Be less or more than the opponent. Like Rocky says again, just saying, you've got to stand up, you've got to keep moving forward. You know what I mean? You know? You've got to keep moving forward, you have to keep at it. You cannot just back down and just stand there like a target. Like pussy, excuse my language, like sitting ducks, literally. That's why England's being fucking messed up. My country where I come from, 10 years ago I was there, but it makes me just appalled when I see that what's going on in my own country. I'm so happy I'm not there. I've been living in China for 10 years. I've been away from the country. I've been saying, I mean, it's just pathetic. It's happening all over America. Violence all over the world. It's just pathetic. Violence everywhere, fair enough. But, you know, if someone was to come up to you and swear, if someone was to go up to you on the street and start calling you a name, you know what I mean? Or swearing at you or something, or giving you abuse, you'd say, oh, that's offensive, or, you know what I mean? You go off on one. You know, you use this word, you use that word, or, you know, or someone slaps you in the face. You would, you know what I mean? These people are saying, like, let's say these suicide bombers and killers or whoever maniacs out there. You know what I mean? If someone was to offend them with just some simple things, the word of mouth, you know, they understand what pain is. You know what I mean? But at the same time, they think it's okay to do all that. It's just unbelievable. Anyway, who knows what people think, but you know, you only get one chance to live this life. You know, it can be beautiful if you make it. You know, I'm going to stop this video now. Thank you so much for watching. Alright, keep it humble. Another thing I wanted to say was sometimes I've come across some people in this world who also believe in certain things, and there's certain people who are so into what they believe, and they rather speak to you and just let you follow and hear them. Some of these people I've met are supposed to be peaceful, religious people too, peaceful and calming themselves, you know, and all that. But some people I find they just want to talk to you, and they just want to talk at you, tell you how it is and how you should run your life. And I'm always open-minded and humble, and I listen to people and their different views and knowledge. But it's like sometimes I find there's people just won't hear you exactly what you're saying. It's just, and it don't come across so negative always or so rude, but it's like sometimes you just feel when you're being shut up with them, just telling you, oh, you do this, you do that, and you'll be okay. Yeah, telling you how to live your life, and that's not okay. I think ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is dumb as shit, because I'll say. So you won't get anything if you're not humble in life. You've got to be humble. I mean, humble is not something you do like an attitude. Humble is just like you just be honest and true. You just look, you know what you can do, what you can't do. It doesn't matter. You don't need to compete with others. You just listen and learn from what around you see around you. You know what I mean? And learn to improve yourself. But some people, they'll believe that you are a certain way, quiet, or coming across as like you don't know as much as them about a certain subject, and they just straight away, okay, you're below me. Okay, they come across friendly and all this, but it's like that's the wrong attitude. You've got a lot to offer. Remember that you've got a lot to offer in life. You've got a lot to offer. If people were positive in this world, there'd be more peace. There would be more. Things would naturally work out better for everyone. Doesn't that make sense? If you keep putting people down, putting yourself down, suicide bombings, killing everybody else, and all this and that, and then swearing at people, and then putting other people down behind their back or to their face. It's like negativity doesn't help anyone. Is what I'm trying to say on any level. Positivity is the only way. Why wouldn't it? Doesn't it make sense? Positivity makes everything go around. You smile and the world smiles with you, they say. You help somebody out, they'll feel good. They'll probably want to come and help you again later on, or they will feel better in themselves, and things will work out if you do more. You water the flowers in the garden and plant the vegetables and all that. You'll have a beautiful world. You have a wonderful world. But so, like, if you keep shitting on the world, and burning stuff down, and what are you going to have? You know what I mean? Doesn't make any sense to me. Thanks for watching. Okay? Take care, everybody. Thanks for listening to me ramble and rant. Take care. Whoever you are, okay, I respect you for whatever your beliefs are, whoever you are. You've got creation and destruction. Why or not, that's first for you to think. And if you're afraid of this or that, or other people going to kill you, or God's going to send you to hell, or whatever it might be, or UFOs are going to take you away, whatever it is, you've got to understand that feeling, you have to admit, is coming from inside yourself. And you might say, well, yeah, there's nothing I can do about it. It's like people that join gangs and stuff, and there's no way out. They feel, or they're going to get killed if they don't carry out what's got to be done. You know what I'm trying to say? They get stuck in that cycle. This is really there's no individualism there. You got to be the hero sometimes. You have to find a way out. There's a way out. When there's a will, there's a way. And if we were all positive, there'd be more power for all of us. Negativity is ultimately weakness anyway. You're taking away any chances of getting yourself more power, really, by using your power in that moment, thinking it's beating everything else. But if you are positive, you're able to get more friends and this and that, and you'll be able to do more in life. Okay. Thanks for watching. Take care. Train on and stay safe.